Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Modesty33 here, aka Crystal with the C, back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, you just happen to click on, welcome. I try to put out 1 to 2 videos a week. I do sit downs, reviews, reactions, vlogs. So if any of that interests you, make sure you check out the prior videos on my channel. And if you see anything you like before you leave, make sure you subscribe. So you guys, today, I wasn't planning on filming. I'm actually getting ready to go to the gym, but I thought I would go ahead and film this video before going because I got a few other things on my agenda today. But I actually already filmed this video, but I totally forgot to include one thing, so I'm refilming it now. But you guys, today's video is just gonna be regarding some of my oldest small leather goods in my collection that I really never talk about or do reviews on. So yeah, we're gonna talk about them today. And when I say the oldest, essentially I started collecting luxury or getting interested in luxury back in 2016. So that's when I did a lot of purchasing at that period of time, just because, again, watching videos, learning about new things. So that's when I kind of start learning about some of these very popular small leather goods from the luxury houses. All of these are actually from Louis Vuitton, so just want to preface that as well. I will be doing reviews on some of my other, or like, you know, updates of wear and tear, excuse me, on some of my other small leather goods that I have, like from Chanel, and I think, you know, some other Louis Vuitton items, but these again are the oldest ones. So these are items that I purchased back in 2016, and they were purchased, some of them pre-loved and some of them brand new from the store. So we'll go ahead and get into that. But the purpose of me doing this video too, you guys, is because of the fact that, you know, all of us are on a different luxury journey, or, you know, who are into luxury. Maybe some of you watching aren't into luxury yet, but you're just curious, or you're here just to support me, and, you know, to that I appreciate it. But you know, everybody's not going to be the same. So, you know, some people are very much into small leather goods, and, you know, maybe they're not into bags. I feel like there is a population of people like that maybe they like carrying Target or Coach or Michael Kors bags, and, you know, but they want to invest in some nicer small leather goods. So this video is for you, or even those who want to expand their small leather good collection and they just want to see how some of these items wear and tear over time. So let's go ahead and get into that. So excuse me, guys, I don't know, in the morning time I'm just very congested. So I want to talk about first the oldest item in my collection, which is going to be this one right here. If you don't recognize it, it is the Louis Vuitton 6-ring key holder. This is in the epi leather, and it is in the color black or noir, and it does have silver hardware on the interior. It's upside down. So this is it right here. It's got this beautiful stamp here, and I am going to be including some pictures as well as some video of these items, so you know, you'll be able to see a little bit closer. So it has a stamp here, Louis Vuitton. This one's made in Spain. Again, it is the silver hardware, epi leather. You know, there's a million videos about this particular item. A lot of people do have it in the canvas. Some people have it on print. Also, you know, you do have a population who has an epi. Mostly I see people who have it in the canvas. But when I initially started getting into luxury, I heard a lot about the 6-ring key holder and how useful it was, especially when you're getting into bags, and, you know, how you really should protect your keys, you know, because they're dirty, number one, and also because they can scratch up the interior of your leather bags. So this was one item I wanted to go ahead and invest in. And you know, I looked at a lot of reviews. Essentially what I was looking for at the time when I started buying luxury was something that was going to be durable and that was going to last for a very long time. So I heard that epi leather was very durable. You know, I thought about, again, getting the color black so it wouldn't show so much wear and tear, as well as getting the silver, because I looked at review videos from people who had had this item for years, you know, and they talked about with the gold hardware how it would tarnish and how, you know, the gold started to wear off. So I decided to go for silver. So, you know, as you can see, the interior looks pretty immaculate. You know, there is some wear on the bar here, but overall it still looks very clean. And that's what I wanted, you know, again, with it being, you know, black in the color black. So it does have this little slip pocket here where a lot of people do use this item as like a wallet. They'll put their cards back here. I've done that before when I first bought this item. You know, I would put like 2 or 3 cards back here. I wouldn't put more than that because it does make the item very bulky. And then too, it does become hard to slip your cards out of here. But yeah, once you put your cards in here, they're not gonna come out because it is sewn on the bottom, and then there's the bar on the top. And then of course you close it and you have these flaps that are, you know, keeping your card secure. So this is a really good item to use as a wallet if you're out on the go. What I like about it as well is that, you know, if I want to, you know, single out one of my keys, I can just put it out here like this, and you know, just go ahead and kind of have one of my keys out if I want to do that. You know, and so that's really good and really helpful. I like the fact that you know, instead of working with individual keys, you have all your keys here. You know, they're separated for the most part. With this one, I have, you know, some of the rings are missing because I have used them in one of the other items I'm going to show you next. But, you know, again, I really like this item. I used it quite a bit when I first bought it. Really was very useful. In the past few years, I really haven't used this. What I was primarily using this for were my work keys. But since I moved here to Houston, I really don't, you know, have as substantial of work keys as I did in the past. So I've just not been using this as much, but I did just start using it again. But again, it's a really good item. You can kind of see that it does look a bit dingy. You know, again, and it does have some scratches on it. It is a Epi leather, but it is a small leather good, so it is, you know, put through the ringer. But this is wear and tear after 5 years. Now, I purchased this from Vestiaire Collective, so I did get it pre-loved. And but when I got it, I believe it was brand new. I believe I paid under $200 for it. I don't know how much these retail for now, to be honest, especially in the Epi leather. So, but yeah, I paid under $200 at the time when I purchased this, and it was in brand new condition. And again, I purchased mine from Vestiaire Collective. So I would recommend this, but I don't feel like, to me, it's not a necessity because you know, I did get it. I did love it. I do still like it, but you know, I've used other small leather goods for the same purpose that I find to be more versatile than this particular item. So that's all I'll say about this one. You can kind of see for yourself the wear and tear of the Epi leather. Epi is a durable leather, but you know, it does get scratched like, you know, pretty much other leathers do. So you can kind of see, again, for 5 years, pretty much it's yeah, pretty dingy. And it's not even 5 years of continuous use. Probably maybe 2 years of continuous use, some intermittent use in the past 3 years. But yeah, this is pretty much the first item I wanted to go into. So let's move on to the second one, which is probably one of the more used items in my collection. This is the first item I actually purchased from the boutique. It is the Louis Vuitton key pouch, or clay. And so mine is in the monogram. Again, it comes with the gold hardware. Again, this was purchased from the Louis Vuitton boutique in Charleston, South Carolina back in 2016. This is the first item I actually purchased in store. You can kind of see it here. Yeah, so I think when I purchased this item, it was under $200, and then it was a little bit over $200 after taxes. I think these retail for $270 now. I think this one's made in France. And again, like I said, the 6-ring key holder was made in Spain. It's got the little, I think the maiden is on the other side. Or is it? Okay, no, it's on this side. So it's got the little maiden right here. It is pretty dirty on the inside. And then this one you can use for keys. It does have the little extender ring here, and I do use it for keys, and I have used it for keys. So this one for me actually has gotten more use than the 6-ring key holder. So after I purchased this, I started using this one for my keys. I put some of the rings from the 6-ring key holder on here to you know, better catch my keys. And then yeah, so you can kind of see a lot of the gold hardware has kind of come off of this. And again, I'll be inserting pictures so you can kind of see some more up close looks of this particular item. But yeah, most of the wear, again, is going to be on the gold pieces as well as the zipper, because it's, you know, you can kind of see some of the green and the tarnishing. But Yeah, you can get the zipper replaced. I've heard of people who've done that, who've had these items for, you know, a long period of time, or, you know, it may be just more advantageous to buy a brand new one because they are a relatively lower price point than other luxury items that Louis Vuitton sells as far as small leather goods. So, you know, just a matter of your preference. But yeah, this again is the first item I purchased from the store. I feel like it's worn very well overall. And this one has gotten 5 years of continuous use. So I like the key pouch more than the 6-ring key holder because I feel like this is more versatile. Like I've used this one in the past as a wallet. So you can use this one as a wallet as well, and it does carry your keys. But this one, you know, you can use it as a wallet. It can carry your keys. It can also carry change. This one can't really carry change. I mean, you could put change in the little slot, but I feel like that is not gonna be well because I just feel like your change is subject to fall out once you do open this, whereas this one does have a zipper closure. So you could put change in this. I've done that before when I went to London back in 2017. You know, of course, you know, London, they have the British pounds and some of their currency is in change. So I will put, you know, some of the currency in here, as well as the bills, and it worked out really well. I will put this, you know, attach this to my jean loop or my belt loop, and I would just be on my way. So essentially, that's how I would use this. And again, it was attached to my belt loop, and then I would slip this into my pocket. So, you know, I would still carry a bag with me, but if something happened to my bag, I still have my cash and my important cards that are on me that are attached to my belt. You know, again, that is not gonna, you know, I'm gonna notice if someone is trying to take this because it's attached to my belt loop. So, and then you know, you can put other little items in here. You know, you could put nail glue, you can put lashes. I've seen people put Band-Aids and, you know, sanitizing wipes, all kind of little things in here. Little perfumes. I had like a little sample perfume in here. So I feel like this is more versatile to me than the 6-ring key holder. So this is why for me, this one takes precedent, and to me is better in my opinion, just because of how the different ways in which I've used this as opposed to this one. But you know, they're both still awesome. It's just a matter of your preference. But yeah, I feel like this one to me is just more versatile, and I've just used it in so many more ways. Recently, yeah, I've, you know, pretty much used it to hold my keys, but, you know, again, I did use it as a wallet for a while, but I found that as I started getting, you know, putting more cards in here, I couldn't zip this as well. So I did, you know, buy the, back in 2019, I did buy the Chanel O-Zip coin purse, which is, you know, a proper wallet, small wallet. So that has worked out, you know, much better for me. But then I have recently switched into a YSL card holder in the past year. So, you know, this one, I don't use this to hold cards anymore, just mostly my keys. But again, it's still a very useful small leather good. You can kind of switch up with this particular item. And yeah, it's gotten a lot of use in 5 years. Really love it, highly recommend it. It's at a fairly decent price point, you know, as it relates to Louis Vuitton small leather good items. So really like this one. No real cons in my opinion for this one. So moving on, and I have items in this particular, you know, small leather good, but this is the infamous mini Pochette. This is in the Damier Ebene gold hardware. You know, this one, I purchased this pre-loved from eBay, but it was brand new. I think at the time, you know, again, this was purchased in 2016, along with all of these other items in 2016. I purchased these. When I purchased this one, I think I paid pretty much retail at the time for it. It was like $300 that I paid for it. It was brand new. The person still had the box and the items, and they had never used it. So they were just asking for retail. So I did save as far as taxes were concerned. I think these retail for like $4.45 now. So they've gone up quite a bit, but you know, it's been 5 years, inflation, yada, yada. But yeah, so you can kind of see this one. I do have some items in here. This one has gotten, yeah, a lot of use in 5 years. So I would say, you know, these two definitely have gotten a lot of use in 5 years. So this is 5 years of like actual wear and tear. There have been very few times that I've not used this over the past 5 years. So very rarely. And then even when I don't use it, I still will go back into it. So mostly the wear on this one is a lot of tarnishing on the zipper. As you can see here, you can start seeing like some green there. I guess you just clean that with a brass cleaner. I don't know. But yeah, it's got the little made in tag here. I think, yeah, this one's made in France. As far as the exterior, it still looks really good. You'll have some areas like this where I feel like some of the screen printing is coming off. Yeah, like that. And there's some black there, or that might be from another, you know, small leather good or item. But I don't know. I just kind of noticed some of these areas on the exterior. It does have like the little gold chain. I don't really notice much wear on this chain piece here. So that still looks pretty good. Again, I do have items in here because I do use this pretty frequently. So these are kind of some of the things that I have in here. What I love about this item is it's really a nice little catch-all for some of your smaller items and your bags. So everything is just not disorganized. You don't have lipsticks that are, you know, putting stains in your bag, or pins, things like that. So I really like this as a nice little catch-all. Let me show you what I have inside, because since I already have it filled, we'll go ahead and take this out and I'll show you the interior. So I have my Chanel double facets mirror here. I also have one of the individual wet ones, another individual wet one. I have some Altoid mints here. I also have some Aleve headache medication or pain medication. And that's pretty much it that I have in here. So you can kind of see the interior. It is this red, and it's very dirty, dingy red. So yeah, and that's the made in tag right here. So yeah. You know, a lot of people will rave about this particular item. I really love it. You know, in recent years, back in 2019, when I went to Italy, I did purchase a Toiletry 15, which is pretty comparable to this particular item. So I was really into the Toiletry 15. I'm still into the Toiletry 15. It's just, for me, certain bags, the mini pochette fits in better than the Toiletry 15, because the Toiletry 15 is a little bit more boxy and it's a little bit bigger than the actual mini pochette as far as the dimensions. And again, it's more boxier, so it actually fits a few more items, which is why I really like it. But in certain bags, it just is a little too tall. So I've recently, well, not recently, but you know, I wear my bum bag a whole lot, my Louis Vuitton bum bag, and I feel that this mini pochette fits in the bum bag better than the Toiletry 15, just because the Toiletry is a little bit taller. So typically I've used this a lot because I've used my bum bag a lot. With my Palm Springs mini from Louis Vuitton, I will use my Toiletry 15 just because I like the fit of the Toiletry 15 and the Palm Springs mini. So it just depends on the bag and depends on, you know, what you know, I'm in the mood for that day. They're very similar items, but again, the Toiletry 15, it does have the wipeable interior, unlike this one that has the fabric material. So you get a lot of dirty, you know, dirt and dinginess in this item. And again, pretty much, I'm sorry, again, I get so congested in the mornings. But essentially, you do have a lot of dinginess with this because it is not the wipeable interior, unlike the Toiletry 15. So I do like the Toiletry 15 for that aspect of it, that you can just wipe out the interior. But again, the mini pochette just fits in some bags better than the Toiletry 15 does. Right now, my Toiletry 15 is holding a lot of my lipsticks and makeup items on my dresser, so that's what its use is right now. But yeah, I've just been using my mini pochette a lot lately, just, you know, again, as a catch-all in my bags, especially some of my more mid-sized bags. If I'm using a bigger bag, such as my jumbos, like either my leather one or my denim one, I'll use my Toiletry 19 because it pretty much holds everything. So that's pretty much what I will use my small leather goods for. But yeah, this one has pretty much, again, gotten 5 years of continuous wear. So this is the condition. I feel like it's well worth it, and it's worn very well overall. Again, just a bit of tarnishing on the zipper, but I'm certain with like a brass cleaner, you could probably clean that off. So yeah, it's still very functional. No real issues with that. I use it, again, very frequently after 5 years. So I would definitely say for me, it's well worth it. Even at the current price point, I still feel like it's still pretty worth it for the amount of use that amount of times that I've used this in 5 years. So Highly recommend this one. I don't really feel like there are really any cons to this, except for the fact it doesn't really fit most phones. Like I have an iPhone 12 Pro Max. Even when I had my prior, what phone did I have? I think it was an LG phone. Even with that phone, the Android phone, it didn't fit in here. So I think like, you know, my iPod Touch, it does fit in here, but I think the design and the dimensions of that one are similar to probably like an iPhone 4, maybe an iPhone mini would fit in here. I don't know. Someone who has a mini and who has a mini Pochette, let me know. But maybe an iPhone mini would fit in here if you are into small phones. But that's kind of the downside. Yeah, it doesn't fit my phone, but everything else it fits, you know, pretty much. Again, I use it as a catch-all, but I have used it as like a little crossbody when I was doing a church event some years ago, just to fit some essentials inside. So it is very useful for a lot of different things. It carries a good bit. So yeah, love this item, highly recommend this one. Last but not least, and this is the one that I forgot to mention in the prior video that I filmed, is gonna be my Louis Vuitton round coin purse. I absolutely love this item. It's super cute. When I purchased it, you know, again, it's got just this little piece of leather on the bottom, which is super dark. You know, this is Pochette leather, so when you get it, it does come very light, pretty much a stark white. So I did purchase this 5 years ago. I purchased it online from the Louis Vuitton website, but this item has since been discontinued, you guys, unfortunately. So you can no longer purchase it from Louis Vuitton directly. So you would have to purchase it secondhand, or you can get it, well, there's a few ways you can get it from Louis Vuitton, but you know, as far as the regular monogram one, yeah, they no longer sell this on the website. You can get it as a part of the Louis Vuitton multi pochette. If you're into that bag, they do have something very similar, like a round coin purse. It's designed a little bit differently, but it is similar, so you can get that. And you know, you can get the round coin purse, you know, through the purchase of a multi pochette, or they do have the Christmas animation versions. Well, they'll have like some screen print animation on the front part. So that's pretty much, yeah, the only way you're gonna get it, but it is, you know, at a greater price point because of the animation that they do screen print on the front. But this is just the regular monogram one. Not really much wear in my opinion. I mean, probably some scratches on the zipper. Again, I'll be including some pictures. I do use this one pretty much for coins. So that's all it's used for, is coins. Coins are dirty, so you can kind of see I do have some change in here. I have used in the past to hold my earphones. Also some, like, you know, little, maybe some like little tiny things, but it doesn't hold cards just because of the shape of it. But yeah, it pretty much holds my coins. So this is, you know, a good item too if you live in a city where you do have to like feed the meter, you are, you know, doing public parking. So this is a good item for that as well. This one has gotten a lot of use in 5 years. There have been periods of time where I didn't use it, but you know, I always feel like I have changed somewhere. So it finds its way in here. And then I think I did carry this item to London, maybe when I went some years ago, just because, again, like I said, you know, British pounds, some of the currency isn't changed. So I think I did put some of my change in here, depending on the bag that I was carrying. So yeah. Yeah, this one again is primarily used for change. I think when I bought this one back in 2016, I saw some reviews on it and I just thought it was super cute, but it just reminded me of like a very vintage, like Louis Vuitton item. And I don't know, I just had the vision of being a grandmother and like, you know, unzipping it and giving your grandkids some change and being like, hey, go to the corner store, you know, get grandmama, you know, some Chico sticks. I don't know, y'all. I don't know where my mind goes, because clearly, probably by the time, yeah, I have grandkids, like, you know, that's not gonna be a thing. But you know, it just gave me that vintage vibe when I saw this. So I just really loved it at the time. When it was offered on the website, it did retail for $260. I think I paid, yeah, $280 after taxes. And yeah, they're like $400 or $500 now if you get them on the pre-love market, since they're discontinued. So yeah, they've gone up quite a bit. Yeah, so I'm glad I did end up purchasing this. Even if, you know, again, I didn't use it, I don't know, I just find it to be a very cute vintage item. You know, something to pass down to, you know, one of my kids one day, or a niece, nephew, whomever. So yeah, I just Really love this particular item. I just think it gives me all of the Louis Vuitton old school vintage vibes. So absolutely love this. No cons in my opinion. Yeah, no real cons in my opinion. I mean, you can't fit cards in here, but that's not the design of it. So it is pretty much designed for change. It holds change. I mean, it does its job. I mean, you could put other items in here. Again, people put earphones. I've done that in the past. I think you could fit little perfumes in there. You know, just again, like little small items. But yeah, it does the job for me as it relates to change. Absolutely love this item. So, you know, again, out of these 4 small leather goods that I've purchased, you know, 5 years ago that I've had, I would say definitely this one has pretty much been used, like I would say almost every day in 5 years. So this would be number 1. The mini Pochette would be a very close number 2. It's just that since I got the Toiletry 15, I've kind of switched in and out. So this one hasn't gotten continuous use in 5 years. And then of course, when I mentioned before, when I use some of my bigger bags, I will use the Toiletry 19. Just because it's, you know, a bigger catch-all. So, but this one has gotten a lot of use, probably behind the key pouch. It's gotten the most use in 5 years, after the Louis Vuitton key pouch. So this would be number 2. Number 3 would be my round coin purse. Pretty much continuous use, but I just don't carry it in all of my bags depending on the bag that I'm carrying, just because it's not needed. I don't always need change. But it's just a really cute small leather good. I still have pretty much used it to carry change even when I haven't carried it in my handbag. And then of course, last but not least, is the 6-ring key holder. Just because again, for me, the key pouch is just more versatile. But this one has been really good. Again, I've used it to carry my work keys. I'm currently using it to carry some of my work keys now. I decided to kind of go back into it. I wouldn't sell it just because some of the rings are missing, even though I'm certain people do that. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like I might as well keep it because I don't feel like I would get much for it anyway if I resold it. So yeah, these are the 4 oldest luxury small leather goods in my collection. Sorry, I had a brain freeze. So I would highly recommend any of these. Of course, these 2 because they're the most used, but these 2 are also good as well. And you can just again see, like I mentioned with the pictures in the video, the amount of wear they've gotten in 5 years. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Again, I just wanted to refilm it because I forgot to include this one in the initial video. So yeah, these are my 4 oldest luxury small leather goods. So if you're interested in getting into, you know, luxury items, maybe you don't want a bag, it's a bit too expensive, it's out of your price point, you would never pay that much for a bag, but you know, maybe you might want some small leather goods, you want a touch of luxury. So I just wanted to kind of highlight these items, you know, after 5 years of use. Maybe there might be something you're interested in. Let me know. If you guys have any other recommendations below, definitely comment in the comment box. Let everyone know what are your recommendations for small leather goods, how some of your small leather goods have worn over time. That would definitely be helpful in addition to what I'm providing to other people who might be watching. So definitely comment below. Also, make sure you guys do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content, and make sure you share it with anyone else who could benefit from this information, who again, maybe they're wanting to get into, you know, the lower end of luxury. So, you know, these are good places to start. Or they're good places to finish as well if you don't feel like you are the person who will spend a lot of money on a handbag. So that's perfectly fine and okay as well. So these are just some things to think about on the lower end of luxury. And guys, before you leave, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. You do that by hitting the red button below, and make sure you hit the bell next to it so you're notified when I do upload future videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to the gym now and I'm going to be washing my hair. So I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.